Hi everybody, it's me, your instructor. It's time to get ready for your first essay assignment. The first thing to do is you should watch the video called First Essay. Bob Isaacson and I created this a long time ago, but it still holds true today. It talks about what you need to do to write your first essay, and you should be able to find this under modules and in one of the weeks before our essay. And I would advise watching it a few times because it gives some really helpful hints about how to structure your essay and what to include. You could also watch the video Common Errors now before you write your essay because it tells you about some big mistakes to avoid in your writing. Then you're ready to check out the Essay 1 assignment guidelines and topics. This assignment is located in the week's module when the essay is due, and it also occurs several times leading up to the essay due date. Read over the topic choices carefully. What topic or question appeals to you? Notice the readings that are required for this topic. Now you're ready to start the writing process, and that means there's several steps. You should start with brainstorming your essay for a while, maybe bouncing ideas off of fellow students or friends, even family. Put your ideas on paper. What do you know about the topic? What details do you remember from the readings? Do you have any personal experience with the topic? Give yourself some time and space to come up with ideas and write down as much as you can and fill up the paper. After you've done this, you should review your main ideas and try to formulate a plan. How could you put these ideas in order? Try numbering them. Consider how your ideas are related to one another, because this may determine what comes first, second, etc. After that, write a thesis statement that directly answers the prompt questions. Think about what your thesis should say to express these main ideas. You might want to write a few different thesis statements before you come up with the best one. But don't stress yourself out thinking about the best thesis right away. You might even wait until your draft is finished to revise your thesis and make it perfect. Next, you should write your ideas down as a rough draft. This means following your plan. This really helps, trust me. This is how I got through grad school. I would write out my papers as super detailed outlines, and then I would sit at the computer drafting my paper. Okay, after your draft is done, it's time to submit it for your peer review. Also check your Turnitin submission if you got results now. And finally, send your draft to an online tutor or work with a tutor in the writing or tutorial center on campus. You're going to get extra credit points for working with a tutor and using their suggestions for revision. And remember, tutoring can help at every stage of the writing process, even with brainstorming. So after you've gotten some feedback from a peer review and a tutor, go back to your essay and revise it. It's really important to understand what the tutors have told you. So if you can't understand something, contact me or ask someone to help you. You don't want to waste your time. Now you'll need to spend some time proofreading for grammar, spelling, and mechanics. And don't forget sentence structure. If you know that sentence errors are one of your problems, try reading your essay out loud or try reading it from the end to the beginning of your paper, sentence by sentence. It's much easier to find your mistakes that way. I suggest proofreading once for grammar, spelling, and punctuation, and then another time just for sentences. We're almost done. It's time to do a final review of your MLA in-text citations for any paraphrases, summaries, or quotes that you put in your paper. Remember, citations are the references for your sources in the body of your essay. Did you include authors' names, titles, pages, and whatever else is necessary for that source? Now look at your works cited entries. Did you use Purdue OWL? or some other MLA resource as a guide, it's really impossible to memorize MLA formatting, so it's critical that you use a guide to check your work. You can also ask a tutor or a librarian for help because they are experts at MLA. All right, you should be ready to hand in your essay now. Go back to the Essay 1 assignment and upload your file that contains all of your support work. Oh, are you sure it's a document I can read? Did you save it as a Word doc or a PDF file? Make sure it's one of these before you submit it. Whew, that's a lot of work writing essays.